Listen to this podcast now on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Why is the middle class shrinking? Why are people facing an affordability crisis while marginalized individuals called informals grow in numbers? Join me as I travel the world, speaking with people living in invisibility, the leaders working to solve it, and uncovering the hard truths shaping our economy and daily reality.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform. Cats and Cosby, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Let's continue talking about what's going on with voter integrity or lack thereof in the voting process. John Fund with the National Review joins us. John, you wrote a big column in the National Review saying California's election system is a disgrace. You just heard from the U.S. Attorney. What's your reaction?
Well, I'm glad that he is doing what he can at the federal level, but there's also some good news on the horizon. The ballot initiative he references is going to be on the ballot in November. Not only does it require voter ID when people show up in person to vote, but when people mail in a vote, they will have to put in the last few digits of their identification, whether it's social security number or driver's license or something else. And that can be cross-checked against records, so people can't just send in a ballot and pretend they're somebody that they're not. And that would be a tremendous step forward. In addition, it would require county clerks to conduct all available methods to certify that someone is a citizen and voting. So that's good news, because I believe that will pass. Secondly, the U.S. Supreme Court is probably days away from what I think will be a majority opinion that says the states do have latitude on how to conduct elections, but sometimes they go too far. And when states like California allow ballots to come in 7 days after the election and be counted, that's gone too far. It takes the issue, the definition of election day, and turns it into election season. So those are two pieces of good news. And let me tell you, the 7-day rule is very important to get rid of that. Because as it is right now, and sit down because you won't believe this, if a ballot comes in without a postmark, and the post office does not postmark all first-class mail now, so if the ballot comes in without a postmark, if the voter has just scribbled a date somewhere on the ballot or near the ballot or on the envelope, it is counted.
Wait.
No, that's exactly. John is exactly right.
Wait, so they if it's scribbled somewhere, not officially postmarked,
that's exactly right.
That's still considered.
You put in whatever dates you want,
God.
and they deem it legitimate. It's awful. John.
What that means, of course, is if you know how many votes you need to win.
Exactly.
Let's just say there's a race in Los Angeles for some office, let's say mayor, and on election
or
night,
governor, right?
Or whatever. Let's just say a random office, and you know how many votes you're behind. You have 7 days for your friends or the people down on Skid Row to help you.
That's exactly right.
And mail in ballots.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's no.
Now it gets even
all
worse.
our listeners, we got millions of listeners out there. All I can say is, wow.
I mean, that's
it gets
shocker.
even worse.
Oh, no.
It gets even worse.
Oh, no.
Let's say you have a ballot that comes in, and the person, doesn't have any hands, is illiterate, is psychotic, whatever it is, they can't sign their signature. They can put a mark, like the old mark you see in movies with pirates who don't know how to read and write.
The X.
You can put an X or something. If you put the mark there, all you need is a witness to sign it underneath your mark, and that ballot will be counted. The witness's signature does not have to be legible, and there's no address, there's no phone number, and the witness does not have to be verified.
So he can use two X's.
Maybe. The point is, this system is purposely designed to fail, and it is purposely designed, as the U.S. Attorney said, it is purposely designed so that it is so confusing and chaotic, you will never be able to tell when the incompetence ends and the fraud begins. It's designed so you'll never be able to know if there's fraud beyond a reasonable doubt or if there isn't.
We're talking obviously about California here. Are there?
Well, there's no state that's worse, but some come close.
That's that you read my mind, John. What else is close to it?
In Minnesota, I understand, if somebody's not registered, there's one person that can come in and speak for 20 others or something like that.
Well, actually, Bob Beckel, who was Walter Mondale's campaign manager.
Oh, yeah, sure. I knew Bob.
He is now deceased.
Yep.
I have the Novak rule on sources. As people tell me something off the record, if they're dead, it's all bets are off.
Hey, that's a good deal.
That is a good deal.
And so he told me once in a Fox green room, he said, "Did you know that Ronald Reagan actually won all 50 states in 1984 when he ran for re-election?" And I said, "No, he lost Minnesota." And he said, No, we stole it. And he said, we busted students from other states. They showed up. People vouched for them. And, Mondale only won by 4,000 or 5,000 votes. Reagan won the majority. He was such a gentleman, and Reagan said to his aides, "Well, only George Washington has won every state. I don't want to go to court to challenge and match George Washington's record. Let it go." But imagine that.
Oh, my God.
And
From Bob.
I swear Bob told that to me, and he's told others. There are other witnesses.
And you know what the problem, John?
Wow.
The problem is, given the election that's going on now with respect to L.A. mayor and the governor of the state of California, even if this gets down the political road for a change, it's not going to change the results of who wins now.
Well, look, every progress begins with a single step. And if we get a Supreme Court decision that throws out the 7-day rule in every state, because other states have a similar rule, and we get voter ID that actually matters with mail-in voting, that will, in the future, looking forward, will be a major, major improvement. And by the way, I think there's going to be developments on this every day, and I'd be happy to come on, a couple times more.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because this is a complete and total outrage, but it is so blatant. The votes that are coming in these latest batches, or if you look at a dot matrix of where they're coming from the same neighborhoods where Spencer Pratt said that's where the homeless are, and that's where the homeless will do anything for a pack of cigarettes or some drugs or something. So
7 days after the election.
Yeah, with not even legible.
These batches come in. These are the batches that are counted now are the ones coming in on Election Day. In other words, they were literally dropped off at drop boxes or at in the mail on Election Day. But we can pinpoint where they were coming from, and they're coming from right downtown, the worst part of the homeless areas.
Wow.
Now, that's not proof, but it's called a clue.
Yeah. By the way, John, we were just hearing from Bill Asaley, the U.S. Attorney, about also the ballot harvesting too. It's like you go over to a homeless guy, "Hey, you want to sign? Oh, yeah. Good. Okay, here.
They go to nursing homes too.
Right, nursing homes too. Right.
And drop boxes.
10 years ago, ballot harvesting was illegal in California. It was changed by the legislature on purpose. And what happens is there's no limit to how many ballots you can collect. And by the way, there are examples of people who go door to door when people have gotten their mail-in ballots. They go door to door and they say, we understand you've gotten the ballot in the mail. We're here to help you fill it out. And they will stand there, watch them fill it out, and then they'll take it away. And if they think that it's from a neighborhood, shall we say, where their candidate isn't going to get a lot of votes, they can throw it away, but the rest they deliver.
What could go wrong there? This is amazing. I feel like we're in beyond third world country in California, the way this. John, you got to come back as soon as you have an update. You got to let us know.
Thank you very, very much.
Tomorrow I'll have another update.
Oh, yeah. Message me, John. We'll get you on.
Thank you.
Take care.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Not anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player's subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com. Get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel.
21 plus select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino. 18 plus DCKYWY. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Maryland. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org. Call 800-327-5050. Massachusetts. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY in New York. Call 877-770-7867. Louisiana.
Visit FanDuel.com. Get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel.